My dear Japanese native friends, I am a Canadian citizen actually living in Africa. I have practiced law in Canada and abroad at the national and international level for over 30 years. I am actually retired. Your government all-out immigration policy will lead your country into chaos, turmoil, and inextricable disorder. I urge you to look at what is actually happening in Europe, more particularly in Great Britain, Sweden, Germany, and Poland. Your country is experiencing the same lack of manpower as dozens of Western civilizations. A precipitate and drastic solution is never good advice. Japan must lead the way in establishing very demanding rules of immigration. First rule must be to never accept Muslims as new immigrants. Those people don't come from the same mold as the Japanese inhabitants. Their adaptation will be even tougher than those Muslims individuals who cannot adapt anywhere else on the planet. Take a look at the borders of Pakistan and India, in Europe, in Australia, and in most of the countries where they set foot. They cannot adapt to Western civilization because their religion pushes them to force those countries to adapt to their satanic laws and behaviors. You think that won't be the case in Japan? Well, good luck, my friends. Those extremists will do everything possible in order to convert each and every Japan citizen to the Quran and this infame and inhumane Sharia law. The Arab countries don't want them in their surroundings, as Saudi Arabia, for example, promotes a moderate Islam, much closer to the way of thinking of the Westerners. Second rule concerns the religion of the potential candidates. If the candidate practices Islam, your answer must be no. The question asked to the potential candidate should be the following. Do you believe in and do you intend to put into effect in your country of adoption every article included in the Quran? The interview should be recorded. If the answer is clearly yes, this guy should be refused right away, as Quran promotes violence against the infidels and a profound lack of respect of the woman. Third rule, never accept people arriving from Afghanistan, Iraq, Somalia, and all those Arab countries which have the reputation to behave in strict opposition with the Western values. Look at those 100 individuals who, year in, year out, are arrested in Europe for indecent assault on minors. Japan doesn't have to cohabit with those pedophiles. Whether those guys show a lack of respect in education doesn't have to become Japan's problem. Fourth rule, every candidate must prove that he has the capacity to assume entirely all of his expenses in Japan for at least 3 years. He must know that it will be impossible for him and for his family to ask for any benefits if he is accepted. Furthermore, if for any reason he fails to meet these requirements, he will be deported at once on an interim basis and won't be able to come back to Japan unless he demonstrates that he is in a position to continue to fully assume the payment of his own expenses. And finally, the fifth rule should be that the candidate must be submitted to a long written and oral questionnaire prepared by Japanese authorities on many subjects like the criminal record, adaptability to Japan, the consideration of the Japan woman, religious beliefs, formal education, health check, and many other conditions that should be added to the file of the one who asks to be admitted in Japan. So be very careful. I exhort Japan authorities to take all the necessary steps to be sure that every immigrant that will come into the country is reliable and won't cause as much trouble as the Muslims are doing in all Europe. Have a great day.